Good morning, everybody. Hope all's well. Hey, Ed, how's it going? Little Avenora. Yeah, I think we're pretty much there. Good morning, Lance. Yeah, so it is Sunday morning, September the 1st. Gosh, it's hard to believe. Summer's almost over. Calendar summer, anyway. And we're heading into fall and winter. Oh, just thinking the other day, my God, I've got snow blowers and stuff like that. It's like, God, I just not looking forward to that. Mark White, hey, good morning. Yep, Laura says it's Sunday afternoon there.
Forget to refill that water bottle and stay hydrated as we go to green at 14. Mark has this for Paul.
Hi, Paul.
Hey, how you doing, Mark?
I'm doing fine. It's a little chilly today, but it's not bad.
What's the temperature there?
Ever so slightly. Down to what was St.
It's 68 degrees here, so it's not that chilly, but
when the par 313.
we're gonna get a high today of probably maybe 78 or 80.
It feels chilly, but it says it's 21 degrees. Echo, what's 21 degrees in Fahrenheit?
21 degrees Celsius is 69.8 degrees Fahrenheit.
70.
You have a new notification. You want to hear it.
So you're about the same temperature I am, because I'm at 68, 69 degrees.
Yeah.
One new notification. Remark.
Except
Amazon shopping.
you're in the middle of the morning, well, the early morning, and we're in the middle of the afternoon.
Right.
More and Deadly Games of Cavendish and Walker Novel Book 1 by Sally Rigby. The Kimber e-book is 99p after £7 savings. Would you like to buy it?
No, thanks.
Okay.
School for 2 down the match and up the T at 15.
I mean, Alexa trying to sell me a book.
Oh, you want to buy a book? Is that what
No, she's trying. She's saying there is an offer on this book. Would you like to buy it? No. Hi, Laura.
So secure.
Well, I would agree with you, Laura, except for the fact that we've only got a 10-mile-an-hour wind. But it is definitely colder.
The ball. 3.
Hey,
Hi,
Joe,
Joe.
how you doing?
Is Johnny finished now then?
Yeah, he just finished.
Finished the discussion of petrol prices.
Yeah. You know, usually I stay on for a minute and listen to what's going on afterwards, but I got jumped off.
Well,
Mom
glad to
stopped
have
up
you
this
here.
morning. Woke
Glad
up,
to
Mom
have you
stopped
here.
up.
A regular member of the panel. Lance
Come on,
Cardenas says
Jim.
1 year anniversary of Jimmy Buffett leaving us.
Hi, Dusty. I
It's
don't want to
crazy, Jim.
sound ignorant or anything, but who's Jimmy Buffett?
Jimmy Buffett was a musician.
All right.
Joe, what was a couple of his favorite famous songs?
Cheeseburger in Paradise, Margaritaville.
Cheeseburger in Paradise. I love that. What a cracking title.
Yeah, that's the only two I remember. I got his greatest hits in the back, and I might have listened to it twice. It's a regular cult following, though. I'm telling you, the people that love him love him.
Oh yeah.
Sheldon's the BB Rhodes alongside Warner McClymore. She's 2 up. Somehow finding up and down.
She's renowned for her variation of short range shots she can play.
Alexa,
Last
play Jimmy Buffett.
Back and forth. She-
Shuffle songs from Jimmy Buffett and similar music.
Between Lance telling me Joe sucks and Laura saying, "Shut up, Joe." Loves you.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Like by the American, how good is that? Go home for Birdie to win the 15.
Shuffling Jimmy Buffett and similar songs on Amazon Music.
State spoke on the American side and went or conceded. And the press
Thunder. It's not raining, but I can hear thunder.
here at 17, more than 7,000 in attendance.
So, Paul, whatever happened with your tenant?
British Cup history.
That he
Not
was
a
sick.
word. Still in the hospital.
Okay.
Tee shots. Renee Rhodes and Melanie Grateful.
So who's he? It's just his wife and kids?
They absolutely are. Just a word of the crowds. They've just gotten bigger and bigger as the hours and minutes have passed, and they're all just funneling down the 17th. Such a grandstand finish here.
Alexa, stop.
Right. Jimmy Rhodes needs a good position on this whole feeding down and go towards those trees. The right hand side, so give yourself
I
a
was
nice
trying. I tried to hear some Jimmy Buffett, and it was trying to sell me $9.99 a month
over those black
for Amazon Music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Says far from ideal. Big par putt for McClyman at 15 to stay 2 up. How good is that?
She told them the factor that says legal player McClymont.
Mark, you've got your background audio going.
Still didn't get my package.
I'll just turn the telly down a bit.
What package, Joe?
Well, I had a package supposed to have been delivered yesterday. It says delivered. I looked at it and it's not my map where they put it. So it's delivered somewhere in this complex. So they didn't bring it to me last night. So it's
Well, what
telling
you
me
gotta
either
do-
they're out of town or
You
they're
gotta make
not
you gotta
honest.
make a big stake with a stake and you go over wherever it is and you find it and you pound that into the ground, it says, I'm not fucking here, you idiot.
Yeah. Well, it's got my address on it. They put it at the wrong address. Got my
Or
building in
you
my
put in there, this is not XXX address.
I put it. I put a claim in on FedEx, and they said they're researching it. And when they called me, they said, "Well, it looks like it was delivered." I said, "It's not my. It's not where I live. They delivered the wrong address." So somebody needs to find it, or tell Home Depot I'm not paying for it. You know, they need to figure it out.
Well, you should also call Home Depot and tell them you're having problems with that item.
Well, I'm gonna call them. It was yesterday late when I saw it.
Well, you take a photograph of your front door, Matt, and say, look, this is my door, not that.
Yeah, and I've got a doorbell. I can show them all the videos at my doorbell yesterday. There was nobody
Yeah.
drop off a package. Yeah, nobody dropped anything off here yesterday. I was hoping that somebody that works at night, they got home last night and saw it, and they're gonna bring it either to the office or to me, you know. But you never know; they might just keep it. They're not gonna be able to use it
What is
because
it?
it's a deal to go in my car to pump up that tire that gives me problems,
Oh,
and
okay.
it's a Ryobi system, and it's got the Ryobi battery with it, but doesn't have a charger because I have the charger here.
Okay.
It came with a free battery, so I could charge the battery, you know, and that way I could leave it in the car.
Yeah, but it could be yard saleable, right?
Oh, it's probably sellable, but you can't do it here. You have to sell on eBay.
Yep.
Mm.
But it's probably I put it like this. I don't feel like walking. I could probably tell exactly where it was because they had a mat that looked kind of different. That was on top of. And it was a light color brown, and I could almost read what's on it. And the
Well,
picture's blurry. That's the other thing.
you know what would be interesting, Joe, is if you did get the steam up and you go over there, and if there's a whole bunch of packages, you scoop them all up, put them in your truck, and then take them to the office and say, here, you deal with this.
Mm.
The other day, I got a thing saying my package was delivered, and they had a picture of the door by the office where they just dropped everything off by the door. I walked over there and got my pictures. But it's not the same place. This is on the second or third floor on one of these 10 buildings around here. And I'm not walking over every building.
Oh, you got to go up the stair. Well, you go over to the tin building and you start pushing everybody's buttons. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
That don't
You
work
got
either.
my package?
That don't work either because nobody's got buttons.
Oh, you don't have a thing where you can talk
No.
to them?
I'm gonna pull up the pictures to show you.
Sounds like you're having
I've
the
got a
same kind of weekend I'm having.
well, it happens. Yeah, the item that is it's $107 item.
And you bought it on what?
On Best Buy credit card.
No, but I mean, what site was it? Amazon?
Depot. Home Depot.
Home Depot. Oh, East Coast says that he's been working on his yard for the last 3 months and he's hoping to get it done. Oh, the last 3 weeks. He's hoping to get it done today. I gotta pitch a couple of peanuts. Be right back.
Goes for mix.
He just asked me, oh, there, how was my experience? I take that shit in as a one and says, not my front door and everything else. Yeah, the worst part about it, it was delivered yesterday at 9:26 in the morning. So either nobody lives there or somebody picked it up and brought it inside. How do you miss the building number when it's an I on the package? And there's the only building with an I on it. And nobody has that that map on my two floors.
Did you find the picture, Joe?
Yeah. There's the picture right there. But you see, my mat is black. And that's upstairs, either a second. It looks like downstairs there because it looks like it's going to be downstairs. It looks like it's a second floor.
Yeah, because the light is coming in like through a window or something.
Well, light's coming in from underneath. So that's why I'm thinking that's going to be the first floor right there. So this is the second floor. So it's somewhere, and it was delivered at 9 something. It says 9:26 in the morning yesterday.
Ah,
But it's really got me pissed that it's sitting somewhere. And if they got it, they picked it up and brought it inside. And they didn't. It's got my address on the label. So why couldn't they bring it to me?
is it the right address?
That's what it says on not. I can't read the label because it's a blurry picture. You know, it just aggravates the hell out of me that if I get something delivered wrong, I bring it to them. And I've been here 16 years, and it's only happened once. Usually the people delivering know I'm here because I've been here that long. It's just aggravating. But I put in there that it's not my address. That's not my front door. I have a doorbell camera here. It shows nobody came to my door in the morning.
Did you call Walmart,
Home Depot.
Home Depot?
No, I didn't call him yet.
Well, you need to call them and give them all the reference numbers and everything and say, okay, ship me another one. I'll expect it tomorrow.
Yeah, like that's gonna work.
Hey, Brenda, how you doing? Brenda says, hey, y'all. I'm sorry to hear that, Joe. Nobody, I get frustrated. It's like me driving up there to Home Depot. not Home Depot, up there to Tractor Supply to get, because I talked to somebody, and I get there, he's not there, he's gone for dinner or lunch or
Yeah.
whatever. And they showed me what they had, and they didn't have hardly anything in stock, so. And I hauled it up there. I had to put it all in the car and take it with me.
Yep.
So what I did is I placed an order. Let me show you what I ordered.
You spent money.
Yeah,
Probably.
I don't know.
cord.
I've never used this before, but I just thought for an old guy like me that has trouble with string trimmers, this might be the answer. So, if any of you people have used this or know anything about it, you see it?
Yeah, I think they work.
Because what it does is this is how it goes into my. Put it together, and then it's a weed whacker. You can either have two or, I think it's two blades. You can see what it does is it goes in and nipples into there, so that, and that's the trimmer. See how it goes in? That's the way my trimmer works. Poop.
Yeah.
Because it says trimmer for the Cobalt 40V string trimmer. But I didn't know, I don't know. I've never used that type of thing before. And what I was wondering is it comes with extra blades, okay? But what I'm wondering is I'm just wondering how often how the blades last, you know?
Yep. I'm talking in chat right now with Home Depot. I'm telling them it was dropped off. Here's the tracking and everything. They said, what's your address again? That the label's correct. They're gonna file a missing package too to FedEx.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it and they're gonna do it. So we'll fight it. It's probably I'm telling you, I'll tell you what happened. Somebody probably picked it up, got it inside and didn't realize it, or they didn't pick it up yet, you know. But I'm not gonna
or it's
walk.
still sitting there, yep.
Yeah, I'm not gonna walk around. I may walk out and look at the two buildings right next to them, but I'm not gonna go to 10 different buildings and look. Because I get out of breath going up 3 flights of stairs. But if they got that mat, I know what that mat looks like. If that mat's out front and there's nothing there, I'm gonna knock on their door and say, "Hey, where's my package? This is your mat," you know.
Okay, East Coast. So I bought it just to do with the trimming around the yard. So that's not gonna work, is that what you're telling me? Cause you know, what I have now is I've got it, but it's so, I don't know whether the plastic has gotten hard or what, but you have to push in on both sides and take that cap off. Then then the string starts going everywhere, you know? And it just doesn't work that well for me. So anyway, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess.
Yep. That's how I feel right now. I'm waiting and seeing. Let's see. Now they're getting ready to answer me. They said, thank you. We'll need a few minutes to contact FedEx to file a missing package claim for you. Let's see what they're typing now. See, the worst part about it, remember I told you I ordered that grill, that Blackstone grill,
Yeah.
and I canceled the cutting board last night. I took the grill out and put it on the thing, and with the top won't open up because it's the top will hit the top of my stove, so it won't work well on it. So I'm gonna bring that back. This is going back too once I get it. Only reason I bought this is to get it in the 12 months same as cash. I might keep this one anyway because I need one in the car.
At this price, I probably should have just bought a whole new trimmer. Because I don't need the battery.
You might have been able just to get a new head for it.
Well, that's what I was looking
might-
for, but
It might just be like a spring that's not working right. And it said to contact their credit department and file a claim through them too. I'll call them later today, in a little while. It used to be easy. It used to be able to, we delivered everything. Everything got delivered to the office. They wanted, you could have it delivered there. Because they got this big room. They don't do anything what used to be like a racquetball court. And they closed it up. They don't let anybody use it anymore since COVID. They used to be able, they closed it, and they should bring the packages and lay it in there. When the package came, you come get it from them. That was the easiest way to do it. Then they decided, oh, we're not going to take them anymore. So the illustrious vice presidente said in an interview when they asked her about fracking, that said she was against fracking. She says, I have never been against fracking. And they've got her on tape saying that she's going to ban all fracking.
Yep.
Do they think we're stupid?
Well, yeah, that's what they hope, because there are a certain amount of people that are stupid.
People will see that clip of her saying back in 19, I'm against fracking. And she'll say, flapping this one. She'll say, that's all she's doing, flapping her lips. And then they'll say, oh, that's fake. Somebody made that up.
Yeah. And we live in a world today where you probably, you could make argument for that, because, you know, you see all kinds of tic tac shit up on
Yep. Got some stupid people in this world. And then she couldn't do the interview by herself. She had to have the guy running for vice president,
and he's a bigger
sitting next
idiot
to her
than
holding
she
her
is.
hand. Yeah, he said something about, well, I talk like everybody else, and sometimes I embellish a little bit like everybody else does. No, you came out straight out and lied about your service.
Yeah.
You said the weapons of war I fought with. You did not fight. You were a sergeant major. You were a command sergeant major, but you didn't retire that. You retired as a master sergeant. You lied again. They need to look at his record during the Minneapolis riots. He didn't stop anything. The only reason the riots stopped, and people, let's go back to that. Only reason the riots stopped in Minneapolis is because Trump had the military go in. They said that we're going to have the National Guard go in. He took it over and sent them in. And when he sent them in, it stopped. They had a thing on yesterday that was showing Peter Ducey, that's one of the correspondents for Fox, confronted whatever the crazy woman's name is, the spokesman. A few weeks ago, he goes, he showed a card and he said, "This is Democratic talking points that every Democratic representative and senator was given on Capitol Hill. These are the things that they want them to talk about." Republicans don't get that.
Nope.
So they don't want to talk about anything else, just this. That's why, if you notice, everybody on every network that follows them says the exact same thing. It's like a script. Reminds me of being a GM at Pizza Hut, the scripts we had, the way we answered the phone, the way we talked to people. Everybody got the same thing. Come on, people. Wake up, America. And now she's talking about she might not debate Trump. See right there, if she doesn't debate Trump, they need that everybody needs to say, okay, that's it, done. She can't debate Trump. It'll be just like Biden. And if they do the debate, he needs to keep it the topic and just let her be stupid. Let her do her stupid shit, and then just come back when she says something about, well, I don't, I'm not going to ban Frank. Well, you said that back in 2019. Well, you said that back in this time. You said that back in this time. Go look at the clips. Let her answer around a little bit. And the biggest thing to say is, well, on day one you say you're going to do this. On day one you're doing this. Day one you said you're going to do this. You're the vice president. You're on day 1300 and something. What happened to day one? You know, that's how I would do it. What happened to day one? You're like 1300 days behind. You know. The closer this gets to this election, the more pissed off I'm getting.
Well, for some reason, my screen is locked so that I can't move anything around or move anything out, or wait a minute, there we go. I'm going to show you
This
guys.
thermostat I got pissed me off too.
I'm going to show you guys a clip that is just shows how far you can't trust anything you see anymore. Can you see that? Do you see it?
Can see something. Don't know what it is. So.
Do you see it? Mark, do you see that?
Hang on a minute, not at the moment, because my phone's in my pocket. While I wipe the rain off this table outside. Well, I can see the picture, but I don't know what the hell it is because it's too small on my phone.
Oh, okay. Anyway, if you get a chance and you go to YouTube, put in dog playing piano, and it shows him. You know, there's that channel that's on on YouTube where the guy plays a piano in the mall. You know.
Yeah.
Well, evidently this dog is sitting at the piano bench at the mall playing the piano. And he's actually his paws match the music that's being played. Piano music.
It could be AI.
It's gotta be.
Or a very well trained dog that knows where to press when the automatic keyboard depresses itself. Well, Great Britain and Ireland have just beaten America in the Curtis Cup. 10.5, 9.5. I mean, most of the Britain and Ireland players are college students in America, and that's where they play most of their golf on the college circuit. But the youngest American that was playing was 15. I think the oldest one's about 21.
But that's an example. I put it in the chat. That's an example of AI is actually going to be harder and harder to disseminate what's real and what's not.
That is very true.
Joe, you're still on mute. You know that.
Yeah, I wasn't saying anything.
Okay. Did you see that thing that I played?
Yeah.
That dog was actually moving in the keys just like he was playing. And you know it was AI.
I see a lot of stuff come across YouTube, and I look at the picture, and it's a beautiful girl, and you can tell it's not real. I just click, keep going.
Well, they've got several of them out now, like with Donald Trump and JD Vance dancing.
Yeah, they got the one him and Musk dancing. I saw that one.
Yeah. All three of them, I think.
I saw an interesting clip on YouTube the other day of Bryson DeChambeau, the golfer, playing golf with Donald Trump at one of his courses. He's not
Well,
a
that
bad
was real.
golfer. Yeah, it was real.
Yeah, that was real.
He's not a bad golfer either.
Yeah, he's all right. Well, they opened that Costco up over Bars, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you a couple seconds of it. See if I can get it to work.
Well, me,
See how big the place is?
uh-huh.
This is about the third day it's open, right? I
Yep.
took the Mini 3 Pro out and I did this and I did a hyperlapse. Watch the hyperlapse coming up. Shows you how busy this place is. It'll be coming up in a minute. I haven't been in it yet. I'm gonna go over there today. Look at it.
That's a lot of
That's too
cars.
damn busy for me. Right?
Yeah.
Now watch, I'll go up a little bit closer. I did 3 different hyperlapses on it. This is the Mini 3 Pro. Hadn't flown it in 3 months. And watch this hyperlapse. Coming about right now. That's a lot of people going in and out. But this is the parking lot. That's how big the parking lot is. And then that's the gas stations over there. There's 12 different pumps. And I did a hyperlapse here. We got, if you notice the white cars up in there, they got police cars directing traffic. That's a busy ass place.
Well, that's good video.
That's a Mini 3 Pro. On a cloudy day, overcast day, came out all right. But that's what I was doing yesterday before I got here for the show.
Ah,
I went and did that real fast. Went and grabbed something to eat and then came home. But that's a big area. But that was a fun little flight. We have to go inside the place and see what it's like today.
Hey, Randy, Jody. Well, what's up with you now?
what do you want, food or go out?
No, she don't want to go out. She's been out. Sky Sports Golf.
So yesterday, Israel found area with a mass grave, like 100 and something bodies in it, maybe 200 bodies. They're trying to identify them to see if that was some of the hostages. They identify those as hostages. I think all hell's gonna break loose.
I don't know, they've been pussyfooting around with that for so long, Joe. They need to call in the Air Force and just bomb the shit out of Iran.
Well, they've been doing in the Gaza area. They're doing. They just haven't hit Iran.
Yeah, because Iran is the supporter. That's like if you're being attacked by individuals and you know that there's somebody else that's sending the individuals to attack you, that you just ignore them and deal with the individuals.
Yeah.
Just what's it saying? Something about you got to cut the head off a snake?
Yep. Well, it's just said that 6 of the bodies have been identified as Americans.
You just had your own food. You're not having mine. Go away.
Sounds like somebody's not happy there.
Yeah, she's just had some of her treats and some of her food. And now she wants to eat my sausage sandwich.
Ah. Here's another one, Joe, I'm going to show you. Let me know if you can you see that?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, half of the keys are not even being pressed. They're being pressed, but not with the balls. That's a bad AI right there. You see keys being pressed without anything there.
But that's just the beginning of all this nonsense with AI.
Yep.
No.
Oh, Laura's gonna go 2 o'clock PM. And the US, she's gonna be playing Fortnite for all of you fans.
We knew that.
Hmm.
That's funny. East Coast says, I played that, the dog barking. Mark, your dog was barking, and they're out in the front yard working in the yard, and he set the phone down right behind the dog. And the dog swung his head around. It was like, what the hell is going on? Atlantic Adventure said something about, there you go, USA Drone Flyer. What's the Anchor Make M5 like?
I love it.
What is it?
That's the printer, the 3D printer I have.
Oh, the 3D printer. Okay.
Yeah.
That he never uses anymore and that he's going to give to Justin.
Oh, you sent it to Justin. Okay.
There you go, stirring shit. I ain't giving Justin. Justin don't want anything that don't belong. He doesn't want anything that doesn't have anything to do with gaming. Got to have something to do with Fortnite. Oh, hey, Justin.
Yeah, everything else you've got to send to Lloyd.
Yeah, Lloyd gets everything. Lloyd's got the M5.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, I haven't printed anything in about 2 weeks. I was looking at it yesterday and thinking, I need to print something.
So you're out of the printing phase.
So I don't want to print any. I don't print a lot of junk. It's always something I need to print.
Nothing wrong with that.
I Justin.
That's the way
So-
Justin approaches life too.
What?
Yeah, right.
If he doesn't need it, he doesn't go on it and doesn't care for it.
It's the same way with junk. If I'm not using it, I get rid of it. I don't like sitting on shit I'm not using either.
Yeah.
My big question is, did you anybody hear from TJ about his call?
No.
He's not
He
been
was
on.
in Johnny's. I asked him this morning in Johnny's, what's going on with your call? And he never answered me.
The problem is he's probably not going to find anything out until Tuesday anyway. So
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's probably the battery.
Battery,
Because
sure.
if it's got a clicking sound and if it ran back to the house, it means the alternator's working.
The alternator's
Yeah.
running the car. Yep.
Yeah.
but like
Run
I
the
said,
car, go get a battery.
the thing is, at the end of the day, TJ's not going to do any of that himself anyway. So,
No, and the thing of
He-
it is,
he
if you
literally-
take it someplace, they'll plug it in and read the whole thing.
and
Yeah, if
and
you can get it to AutoZone, he probably went out there and it didn't start, so he didn't do anything.
he doesn't even need anything anyway. I mean, he can just take it to the dealer. He's got a warranty on it.
Yeah.
All he has to do is call on Tuesday, make an appointment, and just take it up there sometime next week.
But he may not. The battery's not going to be warranted.
Yeah, the
Well, it
dealer will
depends.
charge them for a new battery.
It depends if that particular battery, when was it put in that car? That battery could be 6 months old. It should still be under its own manufacturer warranty.
Yeah, but you got to find out
So,
where you bought it from. Because it's hard to bring a battery unless you got a receipt. You know.
I mean, and that could be a battery that's from like somebody could have got from AutoZone and put in there and it'd still be under warranty. It just depends on when it was purchased, where it's from.
It's
It's
unlikely.
gonna,
Yeah, I mean, if the car's only just over 2 years old, so it's most likely the battery that came with the car.
like I said, at the end of the day, TJ ain't gonna do anything himself.
No,
So he's
no.
gonna have to take it in somewhere and let it looked at. Because he doesn't know what he's doing at the end of the day anyways. I mean, he's kind of like I am with cars. I'm not really into them to the point where I can sit and try to diagnose them like crazy like that. I mean, Jason's the same way too. Jason's not a car guy. He don't know shit about cars either. He just knows the basics like I do.
Mm.
Some guys are car guys, others aren't.
Until my eyesight went, I used to do all my own repairs.
But I mean, even doing your own repairs these days are gonna get even worse because
It's harder
no,
now, all the electronics and stuff on them. Yeah,
well, not only that is there are a lot of the new cars, a lot of the systems are sealed now, and the only way to get them out is literally you have to take it to the dealer, and they don't even rebuild the shit. They just take it out and put a new one in. Like a lot of the rear ends and the transmissions are all sealed now, so you can't get into them. There is no repairing them. They just literally have to rip the whole thing out and put a new thing in. And then some of the shit's proprietary too, like bolts and stuff and certain things like that. They're making it to the point where you got to take it into the dealer. And it's getting worse and worse every year too. There's they've did a study a couple years ago where they were looking at the percentage of work that mom and pop shops were getting over the course of 10 years, and it's been steadily declining by 4 to 5% every year
yeah.
because they can do less and less on the vehicles now, so which is hurting them in the long run because people aren't taking it to them just to get simple stuff done anymore. They just go ahead and go to the dealer because they feel like that's what they got to do.
True.
Even my uncle's garage, they did their own little internal comparison, and they did like how many fuel pumps they did over the last 5 years, how many transmission jobs. Like they went through all their books and did a complete breakdown of that, and they noticed that they were declining by like a good percentage every year. They went from the first year out of that 5 years that they went back and looked at, they were doing like 200, 200 or 300 fuel pumps a year. Then they were down to like, 180, and it was like 130, and it was slowly declining each year.
Well, East Coast, he says his garage door opener spring needs work. When they come out to work on it, they have these two great big rods that they loosen the bolt and then they
That
tighten
shit's
it.
dangerous too.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
There's been guys that have gotten. But I mean, there will always be a need for backyard type of mom and pop mechanics, but it's going to be less and less of them because there's always going to be people that have classic cars and things like that, but you're not going to need as many of them.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Jackson, how you doing?
That doesn't mean the mechanics are going to go anywhere. This means more kids that want to get into that are going to go to school and become ASE certified, and they're going to have to work for a dealership. But I guarantee you those mechanics working for those dealerships, they're better off in the long run than somebody working at a mom and pop garage with retirement and all that shit and benefits.
Yeah.
You usually don't get that kind of shit as a mechanic.
Stupid thing.
What you got going on today, Joe?
Oh, I
What's
thought I
that?
was watching football today, but it's not.
What, they cancel it or something?
No, it's I thought the Saints played today, but the NFL between the last preseason game, it took a break a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know they did that. I'm looking through this stupid remote I got here. It says upcoming recordings, things that I'm recording. It's got all these different shows on there, and I don't remember ever plus recording on them all.
That might have been an accident.
Yeah, some
Well, the way
of them are, some of them
buttons in a crazy place.
automatically, some of
You
them
notice the red button
automatically
where it's
look
at?
at
I hit
stuff
it
that you
sometimes, I
watch
think.
regularly and record it automatically.
Well, what I don't understand is this thing says that the recordings I have on there will disappear after 9 months. They take them off. I don't want to take some of them off. I want some of them to stay there. Like the Hallmark Christmas
You
movies.
probably have
In
to
9
go
months,
into
I might
your,
want to watch it.
you might have to go into your settings and change that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Thinking it's got to be a setting for that.
Or that could have been shit Justin recorded at some point or forgot about. Maybe he had set to
Now he hasn't
record.
no fool with it. They'll swamp people and things like that. I don't even. What's happened is I've probably scrolled through things. Because I've noticed yesterday I had a lot of red dots saying series that were being recorded. So I got to
Or
go
like-
through and figure all this out.
Or like Mark said, it might be on some auto thing where it's just picking shows of things you might like and is recording them for you.
Yeah. Well, it just takes
Hey,
up the
Jonathan.
cloud. It does. I could be unlimited cloud. You know. I'll figure it out eventually. When I go into home, it doesn't have that setting. Here's the store search app setting. I'm setting.
Yeah, I don't think you're limited by cloud space, are you on there?
No, nope. My subscription system HTR. Now my question is, why would because I don't support it?
There's probably a setting in there to shut off the auto recommendations too, if that's a thing on there.
Yeah, that's all. I don't see it.
Dusty, have you checked on YouTube to see if there's any videos on it?
Joe's like, I don't know why they keep downloading The Bachelorette. The AI doesn't lie. Oh, those shows are so cheesily staged too, you can tell. I don't know how people sit and watch shit like that.
We must have just been on the edge of a thunderstorm because I could hear the thunder and there was a tiny little bit of rain for about 10 minutes and then it's gone.
That's one thing I can't stand watching anymore is reality shows. They're so fucking staged these days. It's ridiculous. And then every episode leaves off some cliffhanger, like somebody's like got seriously or injured on the job site or something. And everybody's like running, oh crap, and then it ends, and then it comes back on the next episode, and the guy just stubbed his toe on the wall. What the fuck?
It says recordings expire after 9 months, and there's nowhere to get up to that.
But you probably don't have a choice then. They probably force you because of the cloud space.
Yeah.
They don't want you storing shit indefinitely.
Is it recording on cloud or is there a hard drive on the box?
It goes to the cloud. We got unlimited hours, so if I got unlimited hours, leave those movies on there, you know?
Can you not download stuff from the cloud onto a SD card or something?
I probably could put them on a, what you call it, on a USB. I'm gonna have to find out how to get it from the, see, I've got a DVR recording there. Where, I mean, yeah, DVR recorder. I might be
Yeah.
able to record them right to that. Put them on DVD.
Oh, it depends on whether that cable box has some kind of like, what is it, encoder
Yeah,
built in that
output.
protects it, that will block you from being able to do that.
Yeah.
A lot of devices have that nowadays, and a lot of programs have that in there, so you can't do shit like that anymore.
Well, that's an older box, and it used to work. I used to do Spectrum. I used to record a movie. I used to record a movie directly off the television right to the DVD when I watched it.
Yeah.
But I stopped doing it a couple years ago. I've probably got 500 movies over there on DVD.
Yeah, if you want to like,
I got a whole list of them. It's all on paper, so I can go on my computer and pull up and see what I've got and know. And I got them in alphabetical order. That's the other part. Or just go to that one.
but if you have like, say you try to use NVIDIA or NVIDIA GeForce, or you try to use Prism or OBS to try to screen record something that is like a network television, channel, anything like that, it will actually recognize that that's what it is, and it will block you from being able to do it. It'll just be a black screen. And same with your cell phone. Your cell phone, you can go to YouTube, you can screen record a video, right? And then it will download to your phone, and you can do whatever you want with it. But if I go to Netflix and I try to screen record a movie that's on there, and I go, it will save the recording, but then I'll go back to the recording. It'll just be a black screen with no sound. It'll just be 20 minutes of black screen, nothing. It won't show you anything.
Mm.
That's what I said. They've gotten all these programs now, all have that shit built in now, where you can't do stuff like that. So you have to do it through like a HDMI, like a stream, or kind of like a game capture card. You have to use something that the program won't see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, my TV box has got a 500 gigabyte drive in it, but there's no way of moving it off that onto anything else. There's no output from it without actually playing it into another recorder.
Or actually opening the box and ripping the hard drive out.
Well, it's like I've just upgraded from the normal Virgin to Virgin 360, and that involves a firmware update on the box, which it did. But during that firmware update, it deletes everything on the hard drive.
Well, and that's the thing too, is that hard drive might
have
not
anything
even
on it, but
that hard drive might not even be removable neither. It probably is like soldered on the fucking motherboard or something for that box.
yeah.
So you can't take it off and like use it in another machine.
But it's annoying because when you upgrade from one box to another, the recordings that you've done on your old box stay on the old box. You can't get them off it, and they don't transfer across to the new box, so you lose them.
Well, see, the way the cable company's starting to do down here now, they're just getting rid of the boxes altogether. They just give you access that to the app. So you can download the app on your tablet, your computer, your phone, your smart TV. And then when you log into the app, which it just automatically logs in whenever a device is connected to the home Wi-Fi, you don't even have to put no login information. It just automatically opens the app up. Then you have the full cable box digitally. There
Well,
is no box anymore.
Well, on the phone and the tablet.
So it's all just cloud-based now. You
Mm,
know, you don't have any kind of you don't have any box or anything anymore. It's literally just an application. That's it. You're paying for every month.
yeah, but if I go into the app on my phone and tell it to record, what it does is it records on my box.
That's the way it used to do it, but now it just does it where it records and you can watch it from the DVR, the digital DVR on any device you pull up now. But that's a way for them of getting rid of equipment now. Now they don't have to provide people with remote controls. They don't have to provide you with cable boxes anymore. It saves them a lot of money. The only thing they're doing is router or modems. That's it.
Yeah. I quite like my remote control because I can actually speak to it. You press the microphone button and tell it which channel to go to, and it automatically changes channel then, which is very handy.
Yeah, you can do that with some of the Rokus. If you get like some of the more expensive Roku boxes, you can do that. They have the little microphone button on the controller you can hold down.
Because there's that many bloody channels on it that it's hard work trying to remember what the numbers are.
But
otherwise, you've got to go into the TV guide and scroll down it until you find what you want. You can even tell it a TV program, and it'll come up on the screen and tell you when it's on and what channel it's on. And you can press on it, and if it's in the future, you can tell it to record it.
just like now too, they can tell whether your house is already wired for their service or not. And if it is, they'll just send you the equipment with instructions that show you how to plug it all in.
Yeah.
And then you just call and activate it and you're done. Like it takes like 10, 15 minutes. And the only time they have to send a tech out now is if your house is not wired for it and they have to run a cable for it.
Yeah.
But most houses already have a cable running to it already from previous tenants, and you might have switched services over the years, so they already got a line running to your house. So most houses already have the lines. So they're saving a lot of money not having to send texts and shit out anymore.
Yeah.
And give out all that equipment and stuff. Because a lot of the cable companies, they're transitioning less from cable and becoming more internet providers than they are cable providers. The cable's just a side effect for it.
Yeah.
Because if they didn't do that, if they weren't doing that, at some point the cable companies would have went under a long time ago. If they wouldn't have started transitioning more into the internet provider service side of it. They probably would have went under a long time ago.
Yeah.
What's up, TJ?
TJ, your call working?
Hi, TJ.
What is it? He's still not answering. Stop. Stop your boy. Stop. Focus, TJ. Is your car working?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see cable go away after a while, because you're starting to see less people get cable now. They're going with just specific applications of shit they want to watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you can see the difference in age range of who watches cable and who doesn't either. Like in our house, Sarah's mom and boyfriend, they're the only ones that watch the cable. Everybody else watches like YouTube and like the Disney app or Netflix or.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, Dusty, because yeah, they're starting to put all the internet shit all underground now. We're not really using the poles too much anymore. A lot of the cable companies around here now, everything's all buried fiber lines now. Because you really don't lose your internet out of a hurricane. It's just the fact that you lose your power to run it. But it's if you have, say, one of those power banks, those big boxes like you got some of you guys buy in the drone community to charge batteries and stuff. You know those big ass ones like was it the Jackeries and all those. You can hook your router up to it and your internet will work. I've done it through the last 2 hurricanes. I literally had a power one of those power converters that you hook to the battery, a car battery.
And
I
then
just yeah, an inverter. I just went outside and grabbed the car battery out of the car, set it in a cardboard box, and then hooked the battery to it and plugged the router and the modem into it, and we still had internet the day after. It's really the electric is what we always end up losing. Like the last 3 hurricanes I've been through, we never lost water either. We had water when the water was still running. The only thing we always lose is just power. That's it. But now they're starting to replace all the old wooden poles now with these big ass like cement and steel poles, these big ass heavy duty ones. And those things don't move in the wind. Like the last time I was the second hurricane I was in, we had some right across the street from our house and that wind was just ripping. And those poles didn't budge at all.
yeah, the problem more is trees landing on the lines.
Yeah, that's and it's better when just the lines get knocked down because it's not as much work because they don't have to go and fix a bunch of poles, you know.
Yeah, true.
They can just string the lines back up and get them turned back on. It's a lot faster for them at the end of the day.
Be a lot easier if you did what we did and put everything underground.
Now, a lot of the new areas, all the power's going underground. So a lot of the new neighborhoods they're building and apartment complexes and stuff, there's no power poles. Everything's underground. It's just the more older areas of the city that still have power poles. I don't know why they don't just bury the shit as it happens. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
rather than repair it back onto a pole, why not put it underground when you've got to do it?
I mean, I understand there's certain areas they can't do it because of the water table, and there's certain areas where they have to put the poles and they run it through like swamp areas and shit. So they have these big massive poles that they string over the top of the, swamp areas to get the power cables across. I mean, I guess it could be done, but it's probably a nightmare and a half to try to do that. But yeah, there's other places too, like it's just along the side of a highway and they'll have 200 poles get knocked over in a row. And instead of just going and dropping that particular area underground and getting rid of those 200 poles, they go back and just replace them.
Yeah. I mean, we only have poles with power lines on in very rural areas out in the countryside.
You just had Christy Knowles on, governor. I think she's, what is it, South Dakota, North Dakota, one of them. All I know is she can govern me.
No, we
listen.
don't. In our old neighborhood, we did, Dusty, not in this neighborhood, because this neighborhood's
What's up, Randy?
from like the 70s or 80s. The other neighborhood we lived in, that little neighborhood was only like 4 years old when we
Brenda?
moved in there. So yeah, there wasn't any power poles.
There's no power poles here, and my neighbourhood's from the 30s.
They're a lot cleaner looking now, though. They don't look like they did back in the day, you know. They're a lot cleaner and more organized looking. And they, like I said, now they're putting these massive ass poles, so they're like way, way above people's houses. They're not these, you know, 30, 40-foot poles. They're like way tall. Some of these poles are like 80, 90 feet high.
Lance,
Hey guys. Yeah, so Justin, my neighborhood was built in the early 70s.
Uh-huh.
I've lived here since 93. And in 93 the all the lines were buried, but I'm sure in 73 when they built the neighborhood, they were above ground, I'm guessing. But yeah, my whole neighborhood, about 1,500 homes, are all underground. But the major street that you have to drive on to get to my neighborhood is above ground. So when trees fall on those lines, it knocks out power in the neighborhood.
Yeah, it doesn't really help when only your neighborhood is under you.
Yeah. Going for my walk. You can mute me if you need to. Oh. Morning, Joe.
What's up, Tim? Jody?
Joe's having trouble with deliveries.
I'm Tim.
Yeah, I read that earlier. When I went and got gas, and then I had to log off to get ready to go for my walk. Am I
it's
muted?
just one delivery. I've never had an issue before. I've had 2 in the last 3 weeks. Let's put it that way. UPS 1 and FedEx the other.
Well, here's what I'm wondering, Joe, is, and it isn't so much here, but I've noticed that sometimes when I get deliveries, I get a UPS truck will show up or a FedEx truck set up. And I've had other times where a guy will show up with a car delivering for UPS and FedEx.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it
those are
could be.
subcontractors.
So what I'm wondering if you're not dealing with some idiot subcontractor.
I probably wasn't. I'm probably dealing with a FedEx driver.
Yep.
Can you hear me, Joe?
Yeah, yesterday morning is when they said it was delivered. And like I said, they showed a picture. It's blurry. It's not my front door. It's
That's
another
okay.
front door in this complex. But
So
I'm not
Joe,
walking 10 buildings on this 5-acre property, looking
Joe,
at
my
each building to
suspicion-
try to find a map.
Joe, my suspicion is because it's blurry, I'm thinking the guy robbed you
That's what I'm thinking.
because they wouldn't send a blurry picture.
Yeah, I got a blurry picture of it.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if you
Because
shouldn't
I'm-
make a police report.
Well, I'm giving
Because
it
the
till
evidence
tomorrow.
the evidence they're showing you isn't legit.
Well, it depends on if the guy took a picture and he was hurrying and he wasn't holding it steady. It could have been blurry.
Well,
But
it depends on how
like I
far
said,
you
I'm
want
gonna give it. I'm gonna probably give it till Tuesday when they open the office again, in case whoever has it doesn't want to bring it over here. They bring it to the office, you know.
And in reality, I mean, if you just call Home Depot and tell them that it wasn't delivered to your house, they'll send out another one anyway.
Well, I called. They said to call a credit card. I talked to Home Depot. They said to call a credit card.
So you just call the credit card company and tell them that it wasn't delivered to the right door?
I'm going to. I
And you
haven't done it
can't
yet.
figure out where it was delivered?
Yeah.
So you can't really do anything until Tuesday anyway, because a lot of those places
Yeah,
are
I know.
closed, so.
That's why I'm
Yeah.
like sitting here, you know. Because Home Depot didn't help me. You know, maybe if I called them directly and say I want one, so either send me another one or what, you know. But I'm gonna probably bring back that grill anyway, because I took the grill out yesterday and I put it on my counter and it fits on my counter perfect. But when you open the top hits the top, the cabinet, so you can't open it with the top on.
Yeah, you can't
I
take
could
the
put it up
top
there.
off?
Yeah, I could use it without the top, you know. But that's not the point. I want the top to be sitting on it.
How
And-
much is it hitting it?
Sitting enough that it won't open.
Yeah.
And you can't
of
leave the
course,
top
you
on
know-
it for more than 10 minutes.
Of course, you know not to run the grill inside.
Well, this is a what you call it, an electric grill, not a
Sorry.
gas grill.
It's like a griddle. It's a
It's like-
Blackstone griddle.
Woman.
Blackstone electric griddle. So it can run inside that one. I need to find out if it. You see, I canceled that cutting board because I figured it won't work. But then I thought about it. I gotta actually. I already taped it all back up. I'm probably just gonna bring it back. I'll worry about it. When if I get the house, I'll get it. I'll wait. I don't really need it right now. I
What,
was
the
just getting
black?
it right now because I was gonna play with it.
There's no other place you can put it on your counter?
There's no place. The only place I could put it technically is on the opposite side because the counters are way high. But the problem is, if I put it where I would like to put it, there's no plug. And then if I put it over there, got a bigger problem because then everything that's right there, where am I put it? You know.
Mhm.
So it's like, I'll put it this way. I haven't brought it back yet. I got to go in there and look around and figure out because if I rearrange some stuff, I might be able to do it.
Well, just move just move your 3D printer and put it there.
I wish I did. I'll be on the show cooking. What are you talking about? I can start a cooking channel.
Try to use your computer fans as your exhaust.
You could team up with Don.
Yeah. No, Don don't want to team up with me. I'll cook him.
Why does the inside of his computer look like a top of a stove?
Yeah.
That's why I'm not doing it in here.
Oh,
And
my
the bottom
skunk,
line is this: I really don't need it right now.
a skunk was back again last night.
But you,
We didn't try and
I
pick
didn't know
that.
Tim was on. I didn't know Tim was on.
Well, I
no,
have
that's not-
I have a BB gun and I shot him and he took off running. So
That's not the same Tim. That's Tim from Michigan.
No, I'm talking about the skunk.
Well, I mean, technically, all you guys did was throw it over the fence. That's not getting rid of it. It's probably just it's gonna end up coming right back. Like, if you want to get rid of that thing, you got to put it in the cage and take it 10 miles away and drop it somewhere. Like, you want to take it far away and get rid of it. Just throwing it over the back fence ain't gonna get rid of it because it'll find its way back into your property if it wants to get back into it.
Hey, TJ. So, is your call working?
TJ, can you hear us?
DJ.
I asked him on Johnny's show. I asked him on another show. I asked him on who was it? Rodney's show. Not Rodney, Dennis's show.
I've done that with TJ where I've asked him stuff and he just never answers me.
He
But he'll
doesn't
keep
want to
talking.
answer you because he knows you won't like the answers. So it's
That's probably it. Probably not where. He probably went out there and he turned it and it clicked and he said it don't work.
Look, he still didn't answer. You just said what happened, LOL. Is your car working, TJ?
the battery.
Is your car working?
As it started since yesterday when you told us you hadn't left the house. God damn it. Somebody give me a coloring book and a crayon. I'll write it out for you.
He must have been drinking.
And he still ain't answered. Look, he's
No,
laughing too hard.
He's laughing. DJ, get your butt on the channel here. Come on.
He can't. He's probably working, getting fired. No, he don't work the weekend. He's off.
He goes, oh.
He can't get to work. His car don't work.
Well, he was off the weekend. I remember him saying he was off for the weekend.
Yeah, I think he has to work on Monday. What he said.
He's still laughing.
Because I asked him yesterday
would
if he had
open up
Monday
then.
off. He said no, he had to work.
Mr. Giggles.
Can you stop licking?
I didn't think they were open on Monday.
All right, somebody call him on Messenger. We'll get an answer out of him.
Oh, hell no. Don't encourage him. iPhone, that must be him.
Oh, there.
He is working.
Coloring book.
Looks like Freddie Mercury selling cigarettes.
So is your car working?
So what happened was I went and took it to AutoZone and they tested the battery. They said it was bad, but it was like at 90-something%. And then I went to O'Reilly's and they checked it and they said the same thing. So after I get off of work, which is 4 o'clock, I'm gonna go and get a new battery.
Wait, you
What
took
are
the
you doing
battery or
working
the
today?
car?
What are you doing working today?
They have me they have me working every Sunday.
How can it be bad if it's at 90%?
Oh,
90% bad or 90% charged?
I guess it's 90% charge.
Well, that sounds good to me.
So it's
Unless one of the cells is fucked up.
yeah. They said it
But-
was still good, but I mean it's
Well,
bad.
did the car start?
Yeah, the car started like after I let it sit for a little while.
Well, if they both gave him the same answer, then that's probably correct.
TJ, did you ask him if you
But-
need to get a new battery?
Yeah, well, Uncle Bill said that I need a new battery. so
Did
that
they recommend
said-
it though, off of their
Did
test?
they say that?
Yeah, they said I needed a new battery. Like I was gonna try to have them O'Reilly's do one, but they didn't want to do it because it was close to closing time anyway. So
10-minute job.
It doesn't take any time to put it on. Don't have to shop it.
No, just take
And-
your own wrench up there and do it your damn self. It takes 5 minutes.
yeah, and the guy at O'Reilly said that if they did it, then it would reset like all my like memory or whatever it was.
Oh, you know what? TJ might have one of those cars that has to be hooked up to life support in order to switch the battery.
It might be.
You know, some of the newer cars, you have to have that special fucking machine that keeps the car powered while they're changing
Yeah,
the battery.
that's what the guy was telling me too. Like
Otherwise it can reset the computers and all that shit.
Well, I know
Yeah.
some guys, TJ, will take like a battery connector, like positive and negative, and hook them to a positive and negative. Take that out, put the new battery in, and put them down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be careful though. Like I said, he's got one of those cars that's one of the new cars that if it literally loses power completely, it's gonna fuck. That's probably why his radio's not working.
Yeah.
Well, it's working now because I took out one of the
Fuses?
fuses and then put it back in there and it just reset the radio or whatever. So the radio is working now, obviously.
I don't know. Just be careful then.
You need-
Yeah.
you
That's
need
the
to
important
take it-
thing.
you need
If
to
that
take
radio
it to a
doesn't work,
place
you
where they'll
can't
do it.
drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it to Advanced Auto Parts and see if they have that machine just in case.
Well, if they're like if the guy at O'Reilly's told you that, it's because their computer was telling them that they know. So they
Hey,
should have
hey,
the
TJ?
proper machine to do it.
TJ,
Yeah, Lance.
TJ, don't take it to Advanced Auto Parts. Take it to either intermediate or basic.
What about
Intermediate or basic.
What about
Base.
Big as teacher.
what's that other place? Oh
Napa,
God, not O'Reilly, not
There's,
Advanced.
there's
AutoZone,
Napa,
Oh yeah, Napa.
there's
Halfords.
Advanced and AutoZone.
I bet you don't have Alfords over there, do you?
no.
Yeah, we had Advanced Auto Parts. Yeah.
Your four main ones is Napa, Advanced, you got O'Reilly's, and then you got AutoZone. Those are your four. Advanced and AutoZone are two
There's
different
one.
ones.
There's one
All
up
right,
here called.
I gotta get off
There's
here. I
one up
got
here
questions.
called.
I'll talk to y'all later.
There's one up here called "I replace your battery, but I clean out your glove box."
Oh God. Now he's like, if both places gave him the same readout, then obviously I would say it's
But if
probably
the battery is
correct.
bad, it wouldn't be starting.
If the battery was bad, it wouldn't be 90% charged.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I think he misunderstood whatever they told him,
Yeah.
is what it
Well-
is. 'Cause
Well,
they
what I think
probably,
they said was that 90% sure that it needs a new battery.
well, like I said,
Might have
what he said that both of them came to the same conclusion. I think he just didn't understand what they were talking about, is what it
What
was.
they concluded, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't understand it, is what it came down to.
Well, he wasn't listening that well because he was in the middle of a giggle fest, you know? So,
And it depends on what is that machine, what are their machines testing, right? It could say that it's charging to 90%, but it could be reading that there's a bad cell in the battery or something like that. I don't know. Like, I don't
yeah,
know
and it
how
also makes you wonder whether they plugged it in or not to the, that tests everything, checks everything.
well, I know
Better
that
than Walmart, you get the battery at Walmart, it'd be cheaper.
like at Advanced here, if you go to Advanced, they'll actually pull the machine out to your car and they'll plug it in and they let it run for like 10 or 20 minutes. And it puts the battery through like this whole like array of tests. I'm just not sure what it breaks down, how far it breaks it down.
Well, Walmart has an automotive department, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't trust them though. Bunch of fucking idiots working in there. You know how much we used to have to pay out at Walmart for that stupid auto department? For the automotive department? Because they were always fucking people's cars up? Oh my God, it was ridiculous. I don't know how many oil pan bolts they would strip out every week. And then we'd have to send it to another shop to get them so they could rethread it and put a new oil pan bolt in there. Because they couldn't do it at Walmart. So
When the battery went dead on the BMW because it'd been sat for about 5 months without being moved, I just called the AA out, our breakdown service, and they came out and charged the battery up with a booster and did all the checks and everything, and even pumped up a couple of the tyres just to make sure they were the right pressure. And that cost me bugger all because it's included in my cover.
DJ says Costco has an automotive department too.
Go to them.
do you have
Might
a
be cheaper.
Costco membership? I think you have to have
Yeah,
a
you have to
membership
have
to
a
go there, don't you?
Might not.
I don't know.
It'd probably be cheaper at Costco.
Do y'all see this bruise right here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw that the other day when you were holding your arm up. I was like, what the
Yeah.
hell is that?
Yeah. It's kind of strange. I got 3 dots. 3 dots and a bruise, right? And I can't figure out if I hit something or scratched it or what, you know? And then on my leg, I got the same thing, 3 dots and a bruise like this.
That doesn't sound good.
Ah,
Feel
you've
like
been
something-
visited by aliens while you've been sleeping.
That's what I'm thinking.
There one on your ass? Is there one on your ass too?
I don't know about my ass. I can't look that. I can't see that.
Either
To
that
check
or
some
something,
private stuff, and that's all right.
either that or something is biting you at nighttime. You got a loose spider.
Well,
running around in there.
it's got three bites, all about the same distance apart. 3 dots, and then the same. Because I noticed that on my leg yesterday, and then this on my arm is 3
That's-
dots the same way.
I saw that yesterday when you were holding your arm up. I was like,
Something.
You know, when you go to the doctor, like you
I need
always
to ask the doctor about. I need to go to
Yeah.
dermatologist for this. So I got to go to. This is what I got to do. I got to go to dermatologist for that. I got to go to the heart doctor on the 19th. I got to go on the 5th to the dentist, and then I got to go to my regular doctor still. So I got 4 doctors to go to in the next week and a half.
well, I think you have to go to your regular doctor and get a referral to the
Yeah, referral.
dermatologist. Don't you?
No, that's all automatic. All I got to do is call a dermatologist. But the problem is here in Mandeville, the first appointment for the dermatologist is probably December because everybody got to go get their Botox.
Well, the other way to get it settled right away is you walk into the emergency room and say, "Hey, what about this?"
No, I ain't gonna look at this. I ain't going to emergency room for this.
Yeah, but they'll take a look at it and then say, "Yeah, you need to go to a dermatologist. Yeah, you need this, you need that."
Yeah, that's $200.
Yeah, but if you think you're gonna walk in any place for free of all those 5 places,
Well, it's not $200 to the dermatologist. It's only 20.
He's talking about copays. Yeah, it's only a $20
Yeah.
copay.
You go into the emergency room here and you just sit there for about 3 hours before anybody sees you.
And it's
It
a
can-
scratch, $200.
It can be like that here, depending on what time of day it is. If you go in real early in the morning,
It
It
could be
usually
the
can be in
dog.
and out.
One of the dogs got me with the paw. You know,
yeah, if you go in an emergency
because I got
room
one on my
here,
leg. I got one on my leg on the other side of my leg too, but it's a scratch, and that's from the dog with the freaking paws. Every once in a while, one of them will get me on an angle, and it feel like it sticks in me.
Well, I went to the emergency room with this abscess on a Wednesday afternoon and
Let me
ended
see.
up in there 5 days.
It's
Yeah,
not
if you go-
spider bite because I don't have that yet.
if you go into the emergency room here, it just depends on what time of day. You sometimes you can be in and out in like an hour, hour and a half, and then sometimes you might have to sit there for 6 fucking hours,
Yeah.
and on the severity.
Kate got took there because she had a seizure with an ambulance at 3 o'clock in the morning, and she was still there for 5 hours.
Yep.
Hey,
Usually,
Justin.
I've found if you go early in the morning, around 6 to 8 o'clock in the morning to ours, it's usually empty. There's nobody in there.
But it's a spider bite. I was hoping that this will start working, but it's not working yet.
Start measuring the distance between the dog's teeth.
No, it's not the teeth. They don't get by me in the bed at night. And I'll be honest with you. I think it's when they come up to me and hit me with their paw. I think their paw scratch.
It could be.
I could have done it. I could have done it at football this week. Get it on something.
It's weird that it's in 2 different places, though.
Yeah, the one on my leg looks completely different though. The one on my leg the one on my leg got my attention. I'll be honest with you. The one on my arm is not. The one on my leg looks more like a I don't know what. I'll be honest with you, and I don't want to say that. It looks like melanoma.
Yeah.
Because it's a. Oh yeah, I've had it before. The one on my leg got 3 little dots. And you can feel them, but it's going down in size. The size has changed. But that's the only good news about it. Like it's going away. You know what I mean?
Like I said, it could be
But it's-
possible you're getting bit by something too. You could have a,
Like I
a
said, it could be
spider
something.
somewhere
It
in
could
your
be
room.
something I hit. I could have scratched it on something.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
So I want to show you guys something. Tell me, can you
Come on.
see me? Can
Yeah.
you see me? Okay, right here. Mark, look at this.
Par three.
Par three, 8 hole.
Uh-huh. So you're walking
So-
on the golf course.
Well, yeah, I kind of am, yeah. But I stopped here because it. Let me tell you a story. My very, 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 very good friend passed away Friday night.
Oh dear.
Oh,
He,
wow, sorry.
Sorry.
He had, and there's the hole right there. He had
Uh-huh.
2 hole-in-ones here over 10 years. So he had one,
Wow.
we'll say 20 years ago, and then
Uh-huh.
10 years ago he had another hole-in-one here.
Right.
So I'm gonna do some type of a memorial for him. on
Somewhat
this
like
hole.
a bench next to the tee.
Yeah, and we're gonna put some of his ashes on the hole as well at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, the best man in the world.
Wow.
Hmm. I've only ever
hole
had
eight.
one hole in one.
Hole 8.
I never saw
21.
it go in because it was a par 3 that's uphill and over a bunker, and you can't see the green from the tee. So we didn't even
Yeah.
know it had gone in until we got up there.
Well, this is one of the hardest hole 3s in the state of Washington. It's really narrow. It's kind of like a funnel, and to
Yeah.
have 2 hole-in-ones on this hole is just amazing. But
Uh-huh.
but I'm going to come back later today and fly my drone. I think I might fly the Avata 2, believe it or not, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll take it down the fairway, but then I'll take my Mavic 3 up and do a aerial of it and do a memorial for him. His wife would love that, I'm sure. So anyway,
We've got
You can-
an old guy at our club. I think he's still alive. He must be got sort of 90-ish. He's actually had a hole in one at all 4 of the par 3s on our course.
Like, does somebody else have to see it in order for it to be recognized, or you just
Well,
can somebody
I
just
mean,
say
they
they
don't
got one?
have to be somebody to see it, but it always helps. But it's not the kind of thing you lie about. Because
no, you don't lie about a hole in one because you don't want to buy for the bar. Because what happens, Justin, is the not the rule,
Hi,
but
Jason.
they buy a round of drinks for the bar, whoever's in it. So when he comes in and he announces he's got a hole in one, everyone sitting in the bar at that time, he buys a round, is kind of what the tradition is.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, you don't want to be buying around every other hole then. Yeah, got
No.
it.
No, you don't. You know.
It's like, I got a hole in one on all 18 holes. Dude, you better bust out your credit card.
Oh, they're few and far between.
Oh, I can imagine.
I mean, the most hole in ones in a professional tour golf tournament has only been about 4. And you're talking 200 or 100 and odd of the best golfers in the world, kind of thing.
Yeah, I can imagine it's not an easy thing to
On
do.
some of the competitions, you don't get any hole in ones at all. Hey, Lance, did you see the score for the Curtis Cup?
I did not. I was trenched in American football yesterday.
Well, we went into the singles today 7-5 in front and took the Curtis Cup 10.5, 9.5.
Oh, very, very nice. Very nice. Johnny Drone Flyer, if you're on, San Diego State University was tied after the first quarter 0-0. They were favored to win by 34.5 points. They scored 42 points in the second half to win 45-14. Didn't cover the spread though.
Wow.
I don't think Johnny's in the chat.
Tulane covered the spread over Southeastern. Yeah, Tulane beat Southeastern like 42-45, nothing or something like that. It was terrible.
Mm.
But we knew that was gonna happen. Like this week, I think Southeastern plays Southern Miss. Southern Miss probably do the same thing to them. And tonight, I'm looking forward to the game tonight, LSU and USC. That's at
Well,
6:30.
They're playing USC.
Yep, USC in Dallas. Now LSU has lost the last 4 opening games, and they're playing USC. And USC about 2 weeks ago tried to get out of this game.
LSU have got a good golf squad.
Yeah.
There's some
I
high
hope
schools too.
I
that
hope
do
LSU wins that
well.
game. I hate USC.
Oh yeah, the youngest girl in the Curtis Cup for the American side was only 15. She's still in high school.
Yeah, there's some high schools that have really good golf, like clubs and stuff that they
Yeah.
actually
Well,
compete.
I think most of the Great Britain and Ireland team are at college in America and playing on the American circuit as well. Because we don't have that kind of thing over here.
Oh yeah, I mean we have the highest in like foreign students anyway
Mm.
in universities. The amount, yeah, we get crap tons of foreign students every year.
Mostly, if there's a sport at a college or a university, it'll be cricket, football, or rugby.
So see, here it depends on how posh the school is, right? Like if it's like Harvard, they're gonna have like a rowing team, you know.
Oh yeah, we've got Oxford and Cambridge have got the rowing team. I don't know whether anybody else has. Nobody
Right,
ever, nobody hears of anybody else doing it.
yeah, those are the really posh universities that make like $1 billion, like billions of dollars a year in revenue, you know.
Yeah.
Like they
Well,
said, Harvard, I
the,
think
the university boat race happens every year.
like I think it's like Harvard and Princeton. I want to say they bring in like, let me look it up. I want to say it was like around $9 billion a year in revenue.
Yeah, crazy, isn't it?
But like I said, you get a lot of these alumni that go there that are now like doctors and senators, and you know they donate a lot of fucking money to the school. Yeah, so the school itself is valued over $50 billion.
God, that's a lot.
And it has a larger GDP than more than 120 nations in the world. That's pretty bad.
This player is at the side of the green and he's just found his ball, walked onto the green to check what the slopes are and everything to the hole. Come back to where his golf ball is and can't fucking find it again. It's under that much grass.
That's like California. I want to say that I think California by itself, the state alone, because of the population, I think it has the 6th or 7th largest GDP in the world, just the state alone. If you were doing individual states in that category too. Granted, they don't know how to run shit there, but you know, it's another topic.
Oh well, that didn't work.
Yeah, but some of these universities are insane with the money that they make. But that's exactly why I said that university sports tend to be a lot more rivalry than professional. Because there's a lot more personal investment from alumni and students and stuff in it. some of these rich kids, you know, they get a 4-year degree at Harvard because their parents donated a fucking wing to the library, you know. Oh yeah, here's $20 million to build a new wing onto your library. And then it gets named after the parents, you know. You think they're gonna fuck with that kid? Hell no. That kid's got an easy ride through college. I mean, there are some students in those really high-end universities that the school's not going to fuck with them just because of their parents. They get away with a lot of bullshit.
God, this guy's struggling. He's just played 2 shots from off the green. He was only 5 foot off the green. He's still 2 foot off the green.
Dusty said a lot of kids will come over here to Sarasota to go to the IMG Academy sports program. Not sure what that is.
IMG's International Management Group, if it's the same thing as he's on about. They're agents.
What is like, that's who tries to get you into like the pro circuits and stuff?
Yeah.
So they probably go there to show off and then see what kind of skills all the different kids have.
Yeah. They're not just golf, but also a lot of other sports as well. That's
Yes,
it.
sir.
If he's talking about the same IMG.
Yeah, Sarah's cousin in North Carolina was in a golf program in his high school. And he used to sit in the front yard across the street from Sarah's mom's old house in North Carolina. And you'd see him hitting golf balls into the net all day long, practicing.
Yeah.
He was on a golf team for the high school.
Oh, yeah, they hit hundreds, if not thousands, of balls every day.
Yeah, I don't know if any of the high schools around here have a golf program. I would assume they would because of the amount of golf courses around here. I would think they would. I'll have to ask the kids if they do actually have a golf program. I think they do at the high school. Shit, I can spit out my front door and hit 10 fucking golf courses, man. They're everywhere. Because now every damn private community has their own golf course now.
Yeah, they tend to build new estates around golf courses, don't they?
Yeah, or like I said, there's a few housing complexes that have gone up over the last few years, and they just built a golf course on it as they were building it. You know, they built both of them simultaneously. And it'd be like
so hole 17 right here.
Couple thousand houses in this private community.
And call it a country club. Yeah.
Hole 17 right here, par 4, just under 400 yards. And I'm walking it backwards. That's the green.
Careful,
surrounded by 2 bunkers.
You got your camera turned off, Lance.
No camera.
How do I turn it on? Do I turn it on or do you guys?
No, you turn it on. You turned it off a minute ago. Should be down at the bottom of the screen.
In Zoom.
There you go.
Oh, right there? Okay.
Yeah.
So hole 17, surrounded by bunkers. If you watch my YouTube channel, you see this hole a lot. And Beautiful day for a walk. Thank you, Brad Alston, for getting me back into doing this. And again, there it is backwards. Tee box is going to be straight ahead when I get down there. I live off there to the right. In fact, you see the house peeking through the trees. It's that gray one. And this
Do you live
sand
on the
trap,
golf course or you just walking through there?
I live on this hole, Justin.
Oh, okay.
That gray house straight ahead is mine.
You got all that money, you know that.
This is this sand trap is drivable, so you have to kind of watch out. But then there's one right up here above this hill that is easily drivable.
I mean, that makes sense, Joe. You know, he's got that multi-million-dollar cabin mansion he's got up at the lake, you know.
There you go. Yeah, that's me. A teacher made of money.
Yeah.
We know the drill there.
Loaded.
Lance, have you ever thought of going into teaching in college?
A little bit I have, yes.
Because don't you make like, it's a lot easier to make money as a college professor, isn't it?
You know, it probably depends. I think if you're at a university, yeah, which is harder to get into. But like a community college, or I've got a friend that's teaching at Grand Canyon University, which is kind of a smaller college, and she's not rich doing it. And she does it online, so she can do it from Washington State. She lives right down the street, and she does it online.
Oh, so she just does all her courses online.
Yeah. So those two purple plum trees you see straight ahead, that's my house right there.
Nice.
And it's about 120 yards off the tee box. In fact, my wife said, "There's a golf ball in our backyard. We don't get them very often." But we had one the other day. So
Now, do you have your own electric golf cart?
I do not, Paul. My buddy who, like I said, just passed away would say, "Meet me on 17, Lance," and he had his. And we would meet on this tee box and we would start golfing from here. And which was fun. We'd golf 17, 18, and then start 10 and meet back at 16. So and
Yeah, just
golf
doing
back
no,
9.
yeah.
So I'll miss that. I'll miss him picking me up. But here's the tee box. There's the women's tees. Here are the whites, and the tips are way back here. And then I'll show you 16. 16 is a fun hole. If anyone wants to look up Twin Lakes Golf Course, Federal Way, Washington, you'll see kind of where I am right now. Hole 17. And well, let me show you and this is the hole. And I live about here, right there. And then 16 is a little par 3 straight uphill. It's kind of a cool hole. It's about 140 yards straight uphill. Plays like 200 when I play it. I either end up on the street right here, and or I end up on the slope down there and don't make it far enough. But there's 16, one hole, straight uphill, and then 15. You can see off in the distance is a long par 5.
So what's the difference between women's tee and a men's tee?
Distance.
They're closer, I'm assuming.
It's usually about 10 or 20 yards different, right?
Can be a lot more than that in some cases. And in some cases, the women will play a hole as a par 5, whereas the men play it as a par 4.
So they'll take off from the same tee. They just give themselves an extra par.
Yeah.
No,
An extra shot.
Not here, there is a women's designated tee-off area.
Oh yeah, there is in most cases.
Well, I
But
mean, if you,
sometimes that red tee is not that far in front of the yellows or the whites.
Okay, guys. Hey, I'm gonna sign off. I'm not done with
Okay.
my walk, and I
Okay,
gotta go
Lance.
shower.
Yeah. And the
Later,
blue
guys.
tees,
Please
blue
do.
tees are usually for
Hey,
juniors.
Lance.
Usually have the blues for juniors, the reds for women, the yellows for normal men's play, and the whites for competitions. But recently they've changed that, and you've now got about 7 different colours of tees depending on your ability in golf. So if you don't
So-
like for the older pensioners that can't hit it over the gaps, sometimes the tees are a lot further closer to the hole.
So why do women shoot closer? Is it because they don't use as heavy golf clubs, not as much weight behind it, or what? They just can't hit a ball as far, or what?
The majority of women don't hit the ball as far as men.
Okay.
The amateurs that play on the college circuits and the women professionals can hit it way further than most ordinary golfers can hit it, but not as far as the men pros. I mean, the girls today in what's it, like the oldest must have been about 21, 22, and they were driving a 320-yard hole. My drives are normally about 230. The pros, the male pros, can probably get up to 350-ish. Some even more.
Can you still play with your vision, or if you really
So long
wanted
as
to?
so long as somebody watches where my ball goes, yes, I can still hit it.
Okay.
It's just a question of finding it after I've hit it.
When's the last time you went out and played?
A year ago now. I was supposed to go in June on our club's committee outing, but my dad's car broke down and we couldn't go. Which is a shame because it's a nice course that we've played quite a few times before down
I
in
used,
Boston.
I used to go to the
Design-
driving range at my grandpa's house.
Yeah, this
He
is
flew.
designed by the same guy that designed Augusta.
He lived off the 18th hole at a golf course in Arizona. So when I was a teenager, we used to go out there. I used to go to the driving range and just hit balls. Wasn't really that good at it, but something to do.
Yeah, it's a lot harder to hit a golf ball than I think it should be. You put a golf ball on a tee and you say, well, go on, there's the club, hit it. And the amount of people that will miss the ball completely with that club is amazing.
Oh yeah, it's not easy. Yeah, my grandpa had I remember back in the day, he had a golf cart and it looked like a Model T.
Yeah.
It looked just like, and then he had a little go-kart that matched it. That you could ride around in his front yard. You could ride up and down the street by his house.
It's getting quite big now, that making personalized golf carts look like expensive cars and stuff.
Yeah, he had
Rolls Royces and Bentleys and things like that nowadays.
Yeah, he had a really nice 6-seater that would look like a Looked just like a Model T, had a whole body on it and everything. Had the old horn and all that. It was all decked out. And then he had a little mini go-kart that you could sit in and drive that looked just like it. It was matching. Had it for years. I don't know if he still has them or not, but he lives in like Tennessee now, so I haven't seen him in years. But
Mm.
he was the one that used to fly airplanes too. He used to go flying with them a lot when I was young. Because we used to fly from California, where I lived, to his house, because the airport was only like 5 miles from his house. So, but it was a 45-minute flight in his Mooney versus a 4.5-hour drive in the car.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was a lot faster. So instead of driving, he would come out and pick me up in the airplane because he didn't
Yeah.
want to spend 8 hours driving. So, or 9 hours driving. So he would come out and pick me up, and we'd be back. He'd come out there, pick me up. We'd be right back on the runway and right back at his house, and it'd take him less than 2 hours.
Yeah. And it's a lot less stressful, I suppose, flying a plane. You don't have as much traffic to avoid.
Oh yeah, and like I said, you're shaving off, so much time driving. Because like we would literally be waiting for him. He'd land, and he wouldn't even turn the plane off. We'd jump right. I'd just jump right into the cockpit with him and ride right back down the runway. He'd get the permission to take off, and we'd be gone within 10 minutes after he'd arrive at the airport. So it was a really quick round trip for him. But he ended up losing his pilot license about 10 or 15 years ago because he started having, he had a couple minor heart attacks.
Yeah.
And because of that, when you have heart issues, they won't let you fly anymore. So they took his pilot's license from him. So he sold because he used to have a big aircraft company. He had, they used to do complete rebuilds. They built, fiber or body parts for planes. They did reupholstering, and he had 3 big ass hangars. I'm talking massive hangars, and each one did something different. The one was just all upholstery, one was all engine work and rebuilding, and then one they made all kinds of parts for the planes. And it was like a parts manufacturer, where they built like body parts and different things like that for the planes. But he did that for years though. And he also flew was it the planes that did the drops for fires? I think they were C-130s or something. There was a big plane that he used to fly that whenever they would have forest fires in California.
Oh, water. Yeah.
Yeah, he would do the aerial drop or the aerial drops or whatever for the water and fire dispersant and all that. But he had a couple of Moonies, man, and those were some nice little planes, man. I'll tell you what, man, those were like the little Cadillacs of planes. They were they're very comfortable to ride in. Super decked out, really nice looking, very well maintained. I actually helped do some upholstering one summer. My grandma was showing me how to do it, and I helped her in there with the team of people that worked in that hangar. They showed me how to do a lot of stuff. I don't remember any of it. It's been fucking over 20 years ago, but yeah, I spent the whole summer helping them redo plane seats and everything, and I got paid and everything to help them out.
Always handy, paid.
I was kind of the shop bitch, to be honest with you. I kind of ran and got stuff when I needed it, stuff like that.
Go and put the kettle on. Yeah. Oh, you don't have kettles, do you?
That was me with my uncle. I used to go on Sundays. He picked me up on Sundays when the beauty salon was closed, dropped me off at the beauty salon, give me a list of stuff he needed done. I'd clean it. He said, I'll be back in about, so it should take you about 3 hours. He'd come back in about 3 hours. I'd be finished in an hour and a half. Not just be kicking back, just kicking back, laying back, reading Cosmopolitan magazine. You know,
That
going
explains
through
a
the
lot.
stuff, looking at the different hairdos they were doing. Yeah, I'd kick back in one of those chairs, boy, and I'd be dozing until I hear him put the key through the door. And he paid me like $150 to clean up the shop. The only time I didn't like it is when he had me clean the air conditioner. They had a big unit upstairs that you could crawl in. That's how big it was. And I'd have to get in there and clean the slime out of it so it wouldn't back up. And that was nasty. There were no shop backs back then.
Tire Kingdom, I don't know if they do batteries. I don't think so, TJ. I think they're strictly just tires and rims. I don't know.
Does he have a Costco account?
I mean, anywhere you go, I mean, the only place that, like, it was just like Bill was saying yesterday, the only place that's going to be outrageously expensive is a dealer. But if you go to O'Reilly's or Napa or any of those places, you're going to be around the same price. So just pick one and go to it. And make sure you know what your warranty is and all that.
And you don't have to buy the most expensive one either.
No, just make sure you understand what your warranty is. Because depending on how much you spend, it could be a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, up to a 5 year warranty, usually. But it's all how much you end up spending. And I don't know if they have the machine, TJ. I don't know if they even do batteries. I don't think they do. I think they're just strictly tires.
A lot of exhaust places do batteries as well, but
Well, Tire Kingdom mainly, as far as I know, they just do tires. But they're very quick though too. Like the Tire Kingdom over here, dude, I could pull in there and say, I want this set of rims with these 4 tires, and if they have the rims and the tires in stock, dude, they'll have them on your car within 30 minutes. All balanced, ready to go with make sure your sensors are all reprogrammed. A lot of times they'll throw in a new set of sensors for free if you buy rims and tires. But they're quick as shit because that's all they do. They have like 8 guys working out there. They get a car in there, and if it's a car where all 4 tires are being replaced, like 4 guys will jump on the car. Each one of them will grab a tire. They'll all run to their own machine, and they'll have it back on the car within 10, 15 minutes. Your car will be ready to go. Like they just jump on them that quick. But that's all they do as far as I know. I've never seen them do anything with batteries. But it's really quick when you got, 8 guys working out there in a 4-bay garage,
yeah.
If they get a car come in there with 4 tires, if everybody grabs 1 tire off the car, off the lift, you can have that shit done in no time. Like when I went in there about 8 years ago, when I first bought my car, I got rid of the aftermarket rims and had a set of rims and tires put on it. And they even threw in the free, they gave me all new sensors for the tires for free and just upgraded them for me, even though the car was only like a year old. They gave me new sensors, and like I said, I was out of there within a half hour after making the actual purchase at the register.
Oh, when you say sensors, you mean the pressure sensors?
Yeah, the pressure sensors, yeah.
Yeah.
They threw in a whole new set for free because I purchased the rims and tires. The manager threw them in for free. But like I said, I was out of there within, it was so fast. They had that car ready to go. But every time I've gone in there, they have actually had the best prices on tires around here too. Like I've gone to Walmart and they wanted, 130 for a tire I needed for my car, and I go to Tire King and they have the same size tire. Might be a different brand, but they'll have it for like 80. And that was even when I was working at Walmart with my employee discount, I still got tires cheaper at Tire Kingdom.
Yeah.
So I used to go there for tires. I never went to Walmart to get tires. And if you want to get a quick oil change, go to Take 5. Them fuckers are quick as hell. You literally pull up into the bay, you don't even get out of your car, and they do the oil change real quick. 2 or 3 guys will jump on your car and they'll get the oil change. Dude, you're out of there literally in 10 minutes. And you pay right outside the window. You don't ever even get out of your vehicle.
They use a vacuum pump, don't they, to take the oil out?
Yeah, and they're
Yeah,
quick
the
as
bad part.
shit, dude. Yeah, they'll be in and out you'll be in and out of there pretty quick.
Hi, Tim.
A lot of them use the pumps though. A lot of the main big
Yeah.
corporate garages. A lot of them use those.
Okay.
Quite a lot of them now. You have to actually put the fresh oil in and even the coolant using a vacuum pump to actually do it. Things are getting a lot more complicated, even just plain simple maintenance on your car nowadays.
Yeah, true.
And y'all ate all the fucking.
Had to go and pump 2 of the tires up on the BM yesterday because they were both flat and they were both on the driver's side of the car, which you can't see because it's against like some trees and bushes. So I have a feeling kids have been pissing about. Well, I hope so.
Are you okay for now?
If I go out and have a look at it either later on today or tomorrow and see if they're still up, at least I'll know whether or not they've got punctures or not.
Well, TJ, you're just gonna have to go in there and see what they have, like what brands they have. As I said, it's gonna depend on their store brand battery is gonna be a lot cheaper, but it is a cheap battery.
Yeah.
But they also have, I think theirs has like a 1-year warranty on it. Maybe a 2-year, I can't remember.
Even if it's got
1 or 2 years, probably good.
it'll probably still last 3 years.
You just have to go in there and shop around. Just if anything, you don't have to go up to each place. Just call them on the phone and get prices on your lunch
Yeah,
break.
call them.
Yeah.
Call each place and say, they'll ask you what year and
Yeah.
model your car is. And
Yeah,
they'll
you
ask
want to
you
call and make sure they got a good technician there
So write it
on a
down.
Sunday and a holiday weekend.
Remember which model it is this time.
Yeah, tell them what model. They'll ask you for some basic information. You give it to them. They'll tell you what they have in stock, what the prices are of each level of battery, and then write it down as they're telling you. And then call a couple other spots, find out what their prices are, and then come up with your own. And you're just gonna have to decide which one you want to do.
And then when you go for a new one, get them to check it as well, just to make sure.
Yeah, make
Yeah.
sure that it is the battery.
And because like I said, don't drive around from place to place because then you're just risking you're gonna break down somewhere. Just go ahead and call some places and find out, and then just head to the place you decide on.
Yeah, it's a lot easier just to put the phone down than it is to actually drive away from somewhere you've already at.
What stadium I gotta go to on Friday night?
It's up,
I
Tim.
don't know how far I'm gonna have to walk because the parking sucks around it.
Just go up to the gate.
You need to get one of those little utility scooters that has a little seat on it where you can just ride.
Well, what's even worse now is that all the in St. Tammany Parish now, they're doing they lock the gates early so nobody can get into the stadiums. And you have to go through a metal detector now this year.
That should be good. You go through on a mobility scooter, most of it's metal.
I went through yesterday or the day before yesterday. I walked through and I went off because of my camera, But
Yeah.
they don't care about me.
I can already see the cops walking around a scooter with the little mirrors looking underneath for IEDs.
Yeah.
It's that little red blinking light. It's my battery.
I walked in. I mean, and they're getting really strict this year. You don't walk out the stadium without paying to get back in.
Oh wow! But you shouldn't have to pay if you're doing filming, right? For the
Well, I don't.
taking
I don't.
pictures.
I walked. I feel like this last week I was walking around a metal detector. This week I walked through it. I didn't care. Last week I parked inside the gate. This year I got there. The gate was locked on the other end. I didn't feel like waiting for somebody to open it, so they had the handicap spot right in front where I parked, so I just parked there. I'm gonna get out there early. The game's at 7:00. I'll probably leave here. It's about a 30-minute drive. I'll probably leave here at 4 because I usually try to get there when the team gets there for about 5:15. They get there and I get some pictures before they play, and that way, like I said, it's a limited area. They've got parking spots right by the stadium, but there's probably only about 20. But then you got to walk probably about 200 or 300 yards from where the parking lot is. So I don't see anything where it looks like it's handicapped because I don't see anything's painted. So I'll get out there early enough to get by the stadium at least. I'm just wondering if I park by the stadium, how hard it's going to be to get out. That's my question. So there's a couple of spots I looked at that I look at the Google Maps all the time when I'm going to a new place. And even if I got to walk to 50 yards, I'll get one of the first parking spots over there and park. But we'll figure it out. I might be able to drive. There's one area where the team goes. They might be able to pull around to the other side and park, like at Hammond. Hammond, you pull back at the stadium in the grass. So I might be able to drive all the way back to the back of it and just walk right in there. I'll find out when I get there.
Yeah, so they're pretty much
Before I go
forcing
early.
people to stay in the stadium. So you
Yeah.
don't not walking in and out to the parking lot constantly.
Well, this is one of the bad stadiums. So it's like this is a place where I would not suspect somebody getting shot at, I would think it would happen. It could happen. And Mandeville's gonna beat up on them, so it's gonna be even worse. Well, last year at the Jamboree at Mandeville, in the parking lot, we beat the hell out of the team about 45 points. In the parking lot, 2 guys got into it and there were guns drawn. That's why that's why this year they're doing the metal detectors because there wasn't a shot fired, but there was guns drawn. And at 2 schools last year, people were shot. So
Yeah, you see how crazy those stupid ass little league games and shit get. Jesus Christ.
oh, I'm telling you, there's the women. Oh, the women be jumping fences fighting.
Like there's been times where they've had to call the police in to play security because that's some of them little league and football games, Pee Wee games. His parents just get out of control.
When I umpired in South Carolina, the only person that ever threw out a game was a woman.
Now there was one league a couple of years ago. They had such problems at the very beginning of the season with fighting to the point where they weren't even allowing people to watch the games. It was the
Yeah.
teams would come in and play with all the staff and the coaches and shit, but you didn't see anybody sitting in the stadiums or in the seating because they weren't allowing anybody to come in and watch it because the parents were getting out of damn control to the point where the police said it. All the police were like, "Nope, you guys aren't even allowed in here."
That happened at the Christmas a year ago. Not last one, the one before the tournament over at Hannon, the basketball tournament. The last game, the championship game, it was Hannon and North Lake. No, it was North Shore. I've been North Shore De La Salle, but the parents got into it, and one of the parents, they were throwing him out, took off across the court after the official. They had to grab him, and then another one got into it right after that, and they cleared it. The officials cleared the gym. They said, everybody out. That's it. Because it was right in the beginning of the game. Cleared the gym. I got my camera equipment, my little chair, and I walked to the other side because I wasn't leaving, and they knew I wasn't leaving. I get over to the other side, and the cop looked at me and says, "Why are you going to the other side?" I said, "I'm going to get behind the bleachers over here so that if somebody comes in shooting, I can get pictures of them before you see where I'm at." The cop said, "What are you thinking of?" I said, "Yeah. Somebody gonna start shooting, I'm gonna be behind stuff. I'm not staying right here." I said, "I might look stupid, but but you gotta have a plan of attack,
Yeah, I've seen some crazy body cam footage of police showing up to little league and games and shit. Parents are just brawling. I mean, the entire damn stadium's just brawling each other. Like Jesus Christ, ain't even that serious.
Well, the parent was running across at the official. The student came off the bench. His son came off the bench and grabbed him, and the cop grabbed him at the same time. And he said, "Dad, just leave." Like that. Now that's embarrassing. But you ought to hear these Mandeville parents. Lord, God, darn it. I'm surprised they haven't been thrown out the game. Some of the stuff they say from the stand. Now in soccer, that's the thing. In soccer, they don't stand for anything. Those officials, they have thrown fans out. Fans start yelling, they'll stop and say, "It's gone." Run them out of the stadium. They'll run them out right now. I'll say shit to the officials in football because they know me. The ones when I'm in soccer, man, I'm just quiet. I'm a quiet little mouse. I don't say nothing. They intimidate me.
Well,
And I'm not proud of, I'm not too proud to say that. I'm not messing with a soccer official.
Well, at the end of the day, is it really worth getting that riled up over a fucking game? Like,
No, it's a game, Let it go.
Like I understand some of these parents, their kids might be on the, they might have a scholarship hanging in the balance or something, but you're just making them look even worse by acting like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you could, I mean, if one side of the stadium gets completely out of control to a point where one school's fans are creating that big of a disruption, dude, it could fuck your team up.
Yep.
You know, it could throw your whole team's game off for the night, you know?
Now they're trying to do a new indictment on Trump and something else.
Not again.
Yeah, it's close to the election. You know, they got to do all this shit.
Why can't they find something that'll actually
Anything to win. And first off, the Supreme Court's already said if he did it within the office of the presidency, he's exempt. He's immune. So get it over it, you know?
They'll get him for tax fraud.
Well, they won't get him for that either.
They're trying, but everything that, well, half the shit they tried to charge him with was already past the point of what do they call it?
It's the statute of limitation.
Yeah.
But they've charged him with stuff past that and convicted him of it. That's going to get thrown out when it gets to Supreme Court. They already said we already know it's probably going to get thrown out, but we're going to convict him of it because we want him to be able to say he's a convicted felon.
Yeah,
But
there's
it's
nothing
obvious.
saying that you can't run for president if you're convicted neither.
Yeah, that's what's so screwed about it.
That is
All it
stupid.
did was piss people off.
I mean, I know politicians are criminals anyway, in the broadest sense of the word.
Well, there's a lot of criminals in our government anyway.
Yeah.
Well, it was like they were talking about the whole bringing classified shit home, right? It's like, I guarantee you walk into any senator, any congressman's house, anybody involved in the government, you're going to find some kind of classified shit in their house they're not
Well,
supposed to have.
Biden had a whole garage full of it.
So,
And
that-
Biden had stuff from when he was a senator or vice president that he did not have that authority.
Mhm.
well, that's what I'm saying is
That's the
I guarantee if you went into any politician's house on either side, they probably have shit in their house they're not supposed to technically have.
I'd be surprised at that because most of the shit that's all classified, the senator probably doesn't even see. It's all his aides that look through it all.
Well, I'm saying if it has to do with the specific program that maybe he has a lot of vested interests in. And then there's some senators that are head of certain committees that might be over classified stuff. So, but what I'm saying is that I guarantee if you went into any of their houses, you'd probably find shit.
Something that shouldn't be there. Yeah.
Right. So to single out one person and say, oh, why were you doing that? That's bullshit. Well, like I said, I guarantee half of them that were calling for his head probably were doing the same thing.
Homeland Security want to do a YouTube audit. Go and visit every single senator and check.
Oh, that'd go on forever.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I think I'm going to call it. It's almost noon here.
How many senators do you actually have? Is it just one per state?
I'll catch you later.
How many what?
Senators.
Later, Justin.
Two for every state.
Two
Two
for
for
every
every state.
And that's why the vice president sits in the Senate and is a deciding vote on if it goes 50-50, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody. Hey, thanks for being here.
Okay. Thank you.
Well,
We'll see you later. And Laura's going to be on in a couple of hours. Oh, actually, I think she's
Oh,
on
Lord.
now.
No, 7 o'clock our time.
No.
Only 5 o'clock now.
Okay. All right, everybody. Hey, take care.
I'm going to check
Yep.
out Costco.
Okay, all right.
There
See
you
you.
go.